What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jen back again for another Outerplane video. And for today, it's time for some early tips and preparation for RTA. FYI, RTA is coming in this week's update, so it's always better to have some early preparation. So how do you prepare for RTA? First things first, you need to prepare your characters. Yes, because you will be using a lot of characters in RTA, but if you really don't have that much character raised, I think the minimum character that you should be preparing are probably a minimum of 12 characters. Why 12 characters? Because during the ban phase, you and your opponent will pick one character, right? So that is already 2. And during the selection phase, you and your opponent will be choosing 5 characters each. So that is 10. 10 plus 2 from the initial ban phase, that is 12 characters. Just take note that in RTA, you and your opponent cannot use the same characters. Like for example, I choose the Aste. If I already pick the Aste, your opponent cannot pick the Aste anymore. So that is why you need a variety of characters raised in your arsenal for you to be able to have some really good advantage in RTA. Preparing your characters are really important. Like for example, try to pick your best characters that you will be using in RTA. Like for example, my D-Stella. My D-Stella is already 6-star. I fully upgraded my D-Stella, fully geared. Of course, gearing is really important in you raising your characters in preparation for RTA. I have them fully geared. My D-Stella is fully skilled, and then I have her trust at max level, so that I have some gem slot to be added to my D-Stella. Also, even though gems are really expensive, if you can afford to slot in some level 6 gems on your characters, it's way better. Yeah. Because gems matters a lot also, especially during high level fights. Achieving something like a really good critical chance is really possible if you have the gems for it. If you have the level 6 gems, having a high amount of critical chance is really good. Why do you need high critical chance for certain characters? Because normally in the PvP, in Outerplane, in regular arena, most of us are abusing Valentine's buff, right? The critical chance and critical damage buff of 50%. That is why a lot of us are used to just raising the critical chance to 50%. But when RTA comes, if you're still reliant on Valentine's critical chance buff, then you should be trying to throwing it out of the water. That kind of thinking, because your opponent can just outright ban your Valentine. So if that is already a big loss for you. If your Valentine got banned during the selection phase, because 50% chance to crit is still not really that good. So having more than 50% is way better compared to just having a 50% critical chance. And critical damage is useless if you cannot crit. That is why having more than 50% critical chance is the way to go, in my honest opinion. So, gearing your characters, a minimum of 12 characters, is one of the tips that and the early preparation that you can prepare for RTA. Another tip that I can give you is try to choose one character to instantly ban. Yes, because during the ban phase, the phase selection, the initial ban phase selection, you and your opponent are going to choose one character to ban, right? Having to only focus on one character to instantly ban every time you try to fight in RTA will benefit you the most. Why? For example, my instant ban is going to be Demi Aste. So both you and your opponent cannot use Demi Aste during the fight, right? So there is no need for you to gear your Demi Aste, since you are already instantly banning Demi-Aste from the game. That is why I'm advising you to just pick one instant ban characters for the entire fight or the entirety of your playtime with RTA, because it saves you one character to gear. Yes, that is the best part of that one. So if I choose Demi-Aste as my instant ban, I don't need to gear my Demi-Aste. I can just give my Demi-Aste's gear to another character that might be really helpful for me in fighting against opponent in RTA. So that is a really good advice that I can give you. Also, having some extensive knowledge about characters, skills, descriptions, and counterparts will really help you a lot in RTA. If you really want to compete in RTA, knowing the character, skills, counters, what they can do, their team synergies is really important in RTA. It's not just brute forcing in RTA. Yes, if you will notice in Epic 7, even the F2P players can still compete in higher tier in PvP. Why? Because they do have the extensive knowledge of characters. If you don't know what the character can do, that might mess up your run in RTA, because you might just get surprised on what they can do, right? That is why having some extensive knowledge on each characters is a really huge advantage for you. Because, for example, I picked Tamara during my selection phase. So yes, I picked my Tamara. So what are the counters to Tamara? There are not much counter to Tamara, right? So the only counter that I can think of against Tamara is this Stella for the revenge attack, counter attack. So if I pick Tamara and then my opponent will pick the two characters, right? So if my opponent choose a character that counters my Tamara, it means that the opponent is not planning to ban your Tamara, because he or she is already putting up a character that can counter your character, right? So that is why it's all mind games also. That is why you should know some extensive knowledge about the character or what they can do, what are the counters, for you to be able to have some really good advantage, especially during the selection phase in RTA. In RTA, it's all about mind games also, and outplaying your opponent during the selection phase. During the selection phase, you can already tell who will win the fight. If you get outplayed by your opponent during the selection phase, then you might have a hard time unless there is a miracle or some RNG aspect. Like, for example, your Stella always proc the counter attack. That is some form of RNG aspect. That is kinda annoying, but it's annoying if it's against you, but if it's against your opponents, then it's really good. That is RNG, and that is why I believe RTA is going to be fun in Outerplane, since I've already played RTA in Epic 7. That is one of the most game aspect of the game, and probably here in Outerplane, it's going to be one of the most fun aspect of the game also. That is why I played Outerplane, because of RTA, because they said during the beginning that RTA will be implemented in Outerplane, and that is why I stick to the game and still waiting for quite some months. And now they finally release RTA, and I'm gonna be having a blast in this coming RTA. I'm not really gonna be aiming for the top. I'm just gonna be having some fun playing in RTA. So yes, I'm gonna be making a video on how to gear my characters, showing you my character build that I'm gonna be using in RTA. So you might want to stay tuned for that one. So yeah, those are my early tips and preparations for RTA. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And I think that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you could help me grow my channel more. And thank you to everyone who are supporting my channel. I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, peace!